It feels like quite a familiar scene. Quite a familiar setting, really. A crow. Didn't I do that before? No, this must be different. The point is, right, what if I told you, even before Flutter, this actual idea existed for years, and there used to be a flipbook. This is the behind the scenes for Flycat. Let's go. Welcome back to Behind the Scenes. Today we're going to talk about Flycat. Basically the story goes, originally this was supposed to be an After Effects animation, since it was an animation project. However, I was pretty crap at it, just being honest. So I asked whether I could do another cutout animation, and quite honestly, it was thrown back and forth, but eventually I was able to do it. And this is how Flycat was conceived. So Flycat actually began on a flipbook, which I did a year before, like maybe 2 years actually. Basically it was about a caterpillar who wanted to fly on a branch. But obviously it couldn't fly. A crow comes by and tries to teach it, and it jumps off. Obviously the caterpillar fell down, and then the crow picked it up and put it back on the leaf and decided to leave. Just like Flutter, but a little bit different. Instead of being about transitioning, but it was about evolution. How things can change naturally to make things better, make things adapt. So to confirm, this was actually a cutout itself. And to be quite honest, it had a lot more frames than Flutter, but it was more difficult to edit. I wasn't able to do what I did with Flutter, but I found another technique in the editing part. Well, post-production, as I may say. The actual animation itself took 2 days. I don't know why, but the cutouts were all made and animated, and I took pictures of each frame, and then they were put together in what is called a stop-motion animation. You may have heard of this phrase before. You may have also heard of Wallace and Gromit. That is a stop-motion animation. A 3D, or even 2D in my case, object is moved just a tiny little bit for each frame to make some movement. This eventually is animated into a bunch of frames, making something come alive. Probably put it together was the soundtrack behind it. This may actually be the first time I put a proper soundtrack together with the piano, the background, and all of the different sound effects and ambiences. How you see, sound really does help you, but not always. Lighting does as well. But the truth is, like I mentioned before in the Bounty advert, the best thing you can have is a storyboard. That is why Flycat came out of a flipbook. Because it was made from art. It was made from drawing. It was made from ideas put on paper. And that is how you come up with your ideas, and that is how you put it on paper and on camera. Thank you for watching. This was a little video just to explain how Flycat was made. To be honest, there wasn't too much to it, but I hope you enjoyed anyway, and I will see you soon for the next Behind the Scenes. Thank you.